What's up guys, Bloodshed here. Welcome to the Witch Doctor starter build for Diablo 3 Season 15. This is based on the Helltooth set. This is a survival guide. It's basically going to take you from level 1, give you recommendations for your blood shards, all the way to what you should be running for rifts, greater rifts, bounties, all that stuff. The description will be riddled with links for you. Just click, copy, and paste, and you guys will be okay. We're going to start this off with level 1 blood shard recommendations. So make sure you don't do your challenge rift for the week of this season. The challenge rift is going to reset here on the 17th on Monday. So just don't do it. Wait till you make a seasonal character, then go to your challenge rift and then claim your bag on your seasonal character. If you're confused, I'll put a link in the description. Just follow that video. It's an old video, but we've been on this strategy for a while now. So you're level 1, you have 475 blood shards. What are you gonna spend them on? In almost every scenario, I would go for mojos. Now there's only one possible mojo you can get at level 1, and that's the Gazing Demise. It's an awesome multiplicative boost for Spirit Barrage. This is actually the item that LAN docs used to use back when LAN was a thing, single tier. And it still holds true today. It's really powerful, and you can use this the entire way while leveling at 70. You can just use it the whole way if you like. It's a really awesome item. If you're playing solo and you're doing massacre bonuses, you can actually use Poxfolds. It's a good option for that. But I really wouldn't go for anything else. Even though you can get a Sacred Harvester, you typically want to wear the Harvester and you want to wear it at 70, so maybe that's not the best option. So you should have your Gazing Demise. Once you get it, stop rolling blood shards, save all the blood shards that you have. And when you hit level 34, there's something interesting happens. You get a chance at a short man's finger, okay? There's a 1 in 9 chance for you to land it. This is the moneymaker. This is what's gonna help you face roll the early game, and you're gonna use this as your end game ring. You can put it in the cube until you get a better one at 70, or just always leave it in the cube. Either way, at level 34, if you roll rings at Kadala, there's a 1 in 9 chance to land this bad boy. If you are one of the very lucky few that gets this ring right away, then you can turn your attention to helmets. And I think there's a 1 in 8 chance for a Mask of Jaram, and that's also a pet item. It's gonna buff your pet damage. I say 1 in 8 because 4 of these are Witch Doctor specific helms, and then the other ones are just classic helms. So you could get a Leorc's Crown or a Broken Crown or something else that's useful, but 1 in 8 for the helms, 1 in 9 for the rings. I would honestly go for the ring. Witch Doctor leveling is pretty chill. Like, you can play with almost any of the spells. I would use pets. I would definitely use the Corpse Spiders, are really powerful even at level 1. It's a generator that does 576% weapon damage. That's a lot. Like, to put it in perspective, like Mangle hits for like 255 for monks. So now you have a 500% damage dot. Corpse Spiders is really powerful. And if you're doing massacre bonuses solo, you can easily chain together things. Fire Bats is fun in a group. You can cast Dire Bats at range, you know what I mean? It's a pretty nice long range ability for sure. All right, so you just dinged 70. You did the few little quests it takes to get your 4-piece Helltooth set. What does that do for us? Okay, this is definitely an awesome 4-piece set. As you can see, the 2-piece, enemies hit by your primary skills, Fire Bats, Zombie Dogs, Gargantuan, Piranha, so all the stuff that we're using, Wall of Death, they get Necrosis, right? So it slows them down and they take 1500% weapon damage for 10 seconds. So basically, if you're using all these spells, they're dotting and just destroying everything. You basically are a fresh 70 fighting fresh 70 content, and they're just bleeding for 1500% weapon damage. And that's why you can see we have a 2-hander, because weapon damage scales off of weapon damage, right? So a 2-hander is gonna be more effective. You're gonna get more use out of it for sure. And maces have the highest damage range, so a lot of the starter builds you'll see 1-handed mace or 2-handed mace. The Gargantuan cleaves multiple enemies for 585% of your weapon damage as cold. So on the bracers, we're gonna try to get cold if possible. In general, you want crit damage on your gear. Main stat is super important early on. Attack speed, it would be nice, but that's like something I would add later. I'll put a stat priority list on the screen. Obviously, wherever you can get cooldown is good. That means more Piranha-nados. Piranha-nados gonna group them up together and then deal 15% increased damage on top of that. So you can see I have nothing beneficial in the cube. All baseline gems, no legendary gems, no Paragon was used in the making of this video, just to give you guys an example how strong Witch Doctor is, and this will kind of echo throughout the entire early game for the doctors. Let's just cast our buffs, get our pets out. Piranha Nado. And then this Spirit Walk is kind of like your survival ability. And I have Vampire Bats in the build just to give us that extra tankiness if you need it. But that dot is carrying, basically. That dot is everything right now. So you obviously want to keep up Soul Harvest. It's going to help you out, give you more tankiness. The Vampire Bats is literally just here to help you face roll as well, like I was saying. And that's pretty much it. You can recast your Gargs if they get out of control, they get out of line. There's only one of them, unless you get the short mans, like we were saying, in which case you should be, I don't even know, even we'd just be doing a GR30 at this point, right? And Spirit Walk to move. And you can see this is one of the strongest GR20 clears we've done. This is up there with like Raycore was really powerful, and all the Barb sets are pretty good, but this is up there, man. I mean, this is like literally chilling mode, chilling and killing mode to the extreme, and you have some tankiness about you and mobility. It's just all in all. So you can see how it's gonna go with this spec. The 6-piece is just gonna get better. It's gonna be more enhanced, and we'll get into that right now. Transitioning from the 4-piece to the 6-piece, you can see the difference here. We're adding Pierce the Veil. So that eats a lot of our mana, but we're not really casting Fire Bats anymore. We're gonna switch to the Wall of Death, and that's gonna proc our 6-piece bonus, okay? The 6-piece bonus, after casting Wall of Death, you gain 4,400% weapon damage for 15 seconds on your primary skills. So your dogs, your gargantuan, basically the same things that were previously buffed are also buffed for 15 seconds. So you just wanna make sure you cast Wall of Death, and it's also gonna proc your 2 and 6-piece at the same time. So you can see how the set works. You're gonna use the 6-piece starter build to farm T7. You'll be on T7 right away, instantly, no problems whatsoever. And just keep farming there till you get the gear needed for the Chicken Tooth build. This is like the base, one of the best speed builds, the best speed build for Witch Doctor. Really tanky, fast, furious. You've probably seen this before. You basically ride around, turn into a chicken, pop up, group them up, and continue and go again. It's a super fast, effective build. It's one of the best bounty builds, also one of the best goblin farming builds. Just a lot of free mobility, and you're not tied to like an Ingeom cooldown, or yeah, you're not a slave to cooldown. You basically have a built-in Ingeom on your set. That's how Graven Justice works. Some of the items I would look for first in the build would be things that cost 25, kind of what we were talking about earlier. So as you look at the armor, you can see the 25 costs. You're gonna get more bang for your buck, right? You can buy 4 items for 100 blood shards, versus if you were to buy weapons, you can only get like 1 item for 100 blood shards, or rings, you only get 2 items, amulets, 1 item for 100 blood shards. So you can see like the armor, so you can actually fill out, you can get lucky and fill out your armor set. I got a Helltooth piece, right? So if I had the 4-piece and I rolled my blood shards, I can actually get the 6-piece bonus before anything. If it was me, I would definitely roll Helms right away to try to get that Mask of Geron for the 200% increased pet damage. Or you might make a case for gloves, because if you get the Helltooth gloves or Tasker and Theo, you have 2 chances to get something that you can use. For bounties, I made the build a little bit tougher in transition. I might do a full video on this, but the link will be in the description. So you can see the Chicken Tooth here. We have Nems, we need them. We're getting more elites per hour. And then when you use the bounty build, it's a little bit tankier. So we're using Lakumbas, and we're using Traveler's Pledge Compass Rose. We're getting a 50% DR from traveling. So I noticed a lot of times running through the map, because we're running to the objectives, we're not just killing every mob we see. So we're not proccing our gold wrap, we're vulnerable, we're really squishy actually in transition. So I added a lot of bulkiness to the build, and it still hits like a truck. So the link will be in the description. I might make a video if I have time, but yeah, just so you kind of know, it's a lot different, the bounty build versus the T13 build. Like there's an Avarice Band and a Ring of Royal Grandeur. There's different things in the T13 versus the bounty build. Anyways, guys, make sure to follow me up above at twitch.tv/bloodshed. I had a lot of fun playing the Witch Doctor. I always do. The Witch Doctor is cool, man. The Witch Doctor has an incredibly strong start. I will have a Helltooth push build. The description is lit with links. You should have an easy time getting to 70, 80, 90 with the Helltooth push build. The Helltooth push build's really good, and it'll take you far early game and beyond late game. One of my favorite builds And it offers a unique play style, you know, having the pets and how you function and how you position yourself within how the pets work, and sometimes they use your pets to body block. And it's a good time if you've never played Helltooth, you never played Witch Doctor, now's a good time to try it. Feel free to go ask me questions live, ask me what class is next. I don't personally know what class is going to be next. Whenever it's ready and I feel like, yeah, this is ready to go, then I'll make the video for it. Right now, it looks like Satyr might be next, but you never know. I might wake up and not feel right about it and want to do some more testing. So I'm very thorough, and thank you, Twitch chat, for putting up with me, because I'll play the same thing over and over and over for like 2 to 3 hours on stream. I like people to pick up the builds and be successful and not have to, you know, have this crazy complicated thing. You just pick it up and play, and you can move on with your life until the push builds later on. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.